That's it?
What do you mean?
That's the whole dinner?
Well, we weren't expecting you, and we like to keep things small anyway.
Well, even if you weren't expecting me, this is just sad.
Can you keep your opinions to yourself? Sandy worked very hard.
Well, she's a housewife, isn't she? I'd expect the Thanksgiving meal to be her 9 to 5. I mean, could you imagine if she had a real job like me? We'd be having a dinner of 2 chicken legs and ketchup gravy.
A real job like you. She is 10 times the woman you will ever be. Nobody here cares about your sales operation. Just sit there and enjoy this Thanksgiving dinner. It's not too late to be grateful.
Grateful? What, you call this a Thanksgiving dinner? What, did you dig out the weakest reject from the nearest slaughterhouse? I knew I shouldn't have taken time away from my very important job to come home and eat a food stamp meal. I would have been better off going to the soup kitchen. You know, I told you not to marry this oaf. But no, you loved him. Look at you now. You're poor and miserable. You look at least 10 years older. What's he got you doing on the farm? Washing the pig's feet and pulling the plow like some medieval peasant? If only you had listened to me, you would have found a real man in the big city, and this whole life would have been a distant nightmare.
Enough! Hillary, you've said enough vile words for one night. You know where your room is.
Are you grounding me?
I said, you know where your room is. Don't listen to her. She's just spent too much time away from her family. She's just missed out on an incredible dinner. It smells wonderful, my dear, as always.
Thanks, Mom. But she's right. I could have done more. I could have managed more.
Honey, don't let her get into your head.
Joey's right. And there's one more thing I need to tell you about that I haven't told Hillary yet. I'm much too old to keep taking care of this land all by myself. And I can think of no one else more fit to inherit your father's farm than you. You know I believe that.
But she's a VP of sales, Mom. I haven't studied since high school.
That may be true, but book smarts aren't everything. Besides, your sister couldn't handle the farm life. She doesn't have it in her.
No, she really doesn't.
Hi, Mr. Hendry, how are you?
There's your rent payment. I don't have time to keep chasing after you like this. There's no surprise here. The end of the month means payment.
I'm so sorry. I'm visiting my family in the country. My poor old mother is very sick. You see.
No, I don't see it and I don't care. It's been 3 weeks and I don't run a refugee hotel. I'll have to call the authorities and have your apartment emptied out.
No! Don't throw away my stuff. Okay, I'll have the money. Just give me 1 more week. Hey, I just wanted to say that I am so sorry for how I acted last night. This job, it's crazy, and there's so much responsibility. I mean, you know how men treat a woman in power. I have to work twice as hard. Oh, in fact, I had your leftovers this morning. It's delicious.
Hillary, you know we're always here for you. We really do love you.
Yes, in fact, I realized, like, you know, what am I even doing with my life? Like, what am I really doing? Selling luxury apparel to semi-centennial women who have too much money on their hands? Dad worked so hard his whole life on this farm. He never stopped working, and I have all this sales experience, and I just thought that I would come here and make a difference for this family, if you would let me.
You want to take over the farm? You?
I want to make this farm a success.
So that would be...
I'd be in charge of all operations, so hiring, firing, scaling, selling, budgeting, revenue.
I need a minute. I mean, we were just talking yesterday evening about what to do with the farm, and we didn't even think you cared.
Oh, I care. Besides, Mom, you deserve rest. And now that Dad's dead, I can take over and you can have rest. A peaceful peaceful rest.
You'll do no such thing. Hillary, why don't you tell your mother and your sister about your rent situation?
What are you talking about, you oaf?
Your landlord. He's been the one calling you nonstop, right? It's because you haven't paid your rent. Now, why would the VP of sales have trouble paying their rent? Surely you can afford it. Unless, of course, you're not the VP of sales.
Joey, what are you saying?
Don't listen to him. He's just jealous. His simple mind didn't have what it takes to succeed in life, and now he wants Dad's land all for himself.
No, you're wrong there. Joey has done an amazing job with the dairy farm. Our products will be exported to Europe soon.
I'm sorry, but nobody in Europe wants his festering cheese.
You're not a VP of sales. I looked you up on JobLink. Yes, I know how to use the internet. It's a shocker, right? And you know what I found? The VP of sales at Milano is John Gallows. Funny, huh? Unless you've changed your name to John Gallows.
Is this true?
No. Obviously he's lying. He just hates me because I see right through him.
Well, let's take a look, shall we? JobLink has all the contact information right here.
Fine. Fine. I am not the VP of sales. Okay? I don't even have a job. You happy? I'm about to be kicked out of my apartment, and nobody will hire me because apparently I've been blacklisted everywhere. Oh, and I don't even live in New York City. I live in some stupid town called Riverside.
Joey, can you give us girls a minute?
I can't stand to see the pity on your faces. Don't pity me. Don't.
Hey. We got you, okay? This is what family is for. You don't have to pretend to us. You never had to.
But I do. I do have to pretend. You would have laughed at me otherwise. Oh, the big city girl who never made it in life. It's pathetic.
No, you don't. In fact, all your problems come from pretending. Oh, come on. I can say it. I'm your mother. And no matter how unpleasant you are, I will always care about you. The question is, do you want to remain unpleasant forever?
Dad would have liked this.
What, seeing me struggle with stinking manure?
No, his 2 daughters working together on the family farm. Come on.